What's going on, guys? Welcome to the midday market recap. Getting a little bit of a late start. I had some adjustments that I was doing with my channel, but nevertheless, wow, what a day for BMMJ. This is one I've been watching and telling you guys about some two stock watch Sundays ago. It has had only 5 red days in the last month, and it's just going off like a rocket. I thought and hoped that maybe there'd be some consolidation. Hopefully it's going to get to that point. But nevertheless, let me introduce myself. Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad, and this is the channel that's dedicated specifically to over-the-counter or OTC stocks. It's an extremely volatile environment, but I love it. I thrive on this stuff, and I love trying to figure out where the next run is coming from. So if you're interested in the type of stocks that I trade, I certainly would hope that you subscribe to this channel. Give this video a thumbs up because I know that you will enjoy this one. And if you want to be a part of a free community of over 4,000 members from around the globe learning and growing and celebrating each other's success, I encourage you to check out WeTrade HQ. It's a platform that me and my partner Jake have created. It's absolutely free to check that out. And the links are down in the description if you want to check out all the resources that I have available for you to become a better trader. Those are down there for you. So what's going on, guys? Blade Runner. It's like, I know. Listen, man, I'm learning every day. I'm improving stuff every day. So whatever. It is what it is. Seth, what's going on? Louise, Kenneth, Scooter, Amy, Mike. You know, good to see you. Chandler, Terry. What's going on, guys? From Kentucky. Awesome. Yep, LFAT, we can talk about that a little bit as well. What's going on, Lee? Good to see you guys. So, BMMJ is the weed stock of the month. And it's really kind of been flying under the radar. Not a whole lot of chatter about it. You know, when you see crazy penny stocks run, you see it all over the place, right? You see it on, you know, social media, Twitter, all over the place, even YouTube. But BMMJ has just kind of been flying under the radar and has had all this money thrown at it. Today it has over $1 million in dollar volume, and it just keeps, you know, it doesn't know how to not be green every day. So we'll take a look at that. There's a couple other ones. You know, Fridays typically are a slower day within the OTC, but it lends itself to opportunity. So I'll go and show you guys a couple of areas of opportunity that I think that we could capitalize on going into the weekend and into next week. And as you guys know, if you want to tune into my Stock Watch Sunday, I go live 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to go over the stocks that I'm watching throughout the week. It's always a hit. You guys will love it. So go ahead and click that notification bell so you get notified when I go live for that. So BMMJ, yeah, what a monster. So let me go ahead and share my screen for you guys as per the usual, and let's check out BMMJ. So what's it done? Well, if we go to the daily chart, again, this is WeTradeHQ.com, absolutely free for you to join and check out. If I'm going to the daily chart here, it just doesn't know when to quit. I mean, look, each one of these candles represents a day of trading. We got since March 15th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red days. And really, those red days were pretty much, they might as well have been flat. I mean, they weren't even that red. You know, they weren't drop-offs or anything like that. It's just been a strong stock. And look at this insane volume that's just come in over the last several weeks, really. So it's just been completely awesome. I've gone into quite a bit of due diligence on this in the past, so I'm not going to waste a whole lot of time on it, but I do want to give credit to Jesse, who was in my morning mentorship group. So if you guys aren't familiar with my morning mentorship, it is a paid service. It doesn't cost an arm and a leg, but I do go live from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time, where we go and find value in some of these stocks and find awesome gems such as BMMJ. Now, this doesn't mean that this is Brad's stock picks for the day and you just got to buy whatever he's telling you to buy. No, I just show you guys how I find strategies that make me successful and why I see value in certain stocks, and then you can make decisions for yourself. Case in point is Jesse brought BMMJ to the forefront within our morning mentorship group. And we dug into it and said, okay, well, what's going on here? Is there value to be had? And we said yes. And Jesse actually got in at 50 cent range. So, you know, he's experiencing 200% gains at this point. Me and a lot of other folks within our group and within WeTrade HQ in general got in around 75 to 80 cent range, and my average is around 78. So still very happy with my entry, obviously at $1.60 area. What I would like to see, though, is just some consolidation. And if I go to the 5-minute chart, we started to see that a little bit as I'm drawing here, as I've drawn here for you, just like some pretty decent consolidation. This starting to look really like a really nice bull flag pattern. That's what I wanted to see. You know, I was getting a little nervous because of the extreme volatility we were experiencing from BMMJ. So to see this cool down a little bit, especially on the 5-minute chart, was nice. I'd really like to see it at least consolidate a little bit on a daily chart, but it is what it is. I'm not going to complain about green. I just get nervous when it gets so volatile because the harder it goes up, the harder it may come down. Having said that, though, unbelievable support. So if I go to my equity feed scanner, I can pull up BMMJ here, and you can see $1.1 million in dollar volume today. It had highs of $1.73. You know, it's just things gone nuts. Okay, for weeks now, it's gone nuts. So pretty good run so far. We'll see where this keeps on going. But BMMJ, look forward to me talking about this one and going into a lot more detail on due diligence for Stock Watch Sunday. And give a big shout out and a thumbs up on this video to Jesse, who brought this to our attention within the Morning Mentorship group. All right, so moving on to LFAP, we also talked about this at length before. LFAP is another one of those longer term stocks that I see a lot of value in. This is a stock that's dedicated to, it's a LGBTQ ETF, the only one of its kind that I know of. And it's actually, I mean, this is where I see the value. I think there's a lot of long-term value for that community to have a sponsored ETF for the LGBTQ specifically. And so what am I looking at here as far as the chart's concerned? Well, I talked about it before about how I saw, you know, a good support level is at 14 cents, and it happened to actually dip below that, and this lower Bollinger Band actually went below that. So I actually added to that today, as someone I think alluded to in the chat here. You know, so I added to LFAP at 13.5 cents. I thought that was a good spot to add, and I think I'm going to be happy with that moving forward. But as you can see here, historically, looking at LFAP, let's go to the daily chart. Probably gives us a better picture. Yeah, looking at the daily chart, this is right at support level, so it was almost a no-brainer for me to add there. If it starts to break down, I'm not going to, you know, average down anymore. I'll wait to see if it establishes a better support. But right now, it's been so strong at this level, at this area of support, that I can't, it's almost kind of like I can't not add here, right? So I'm just going to continue building my position, waiting on future catalysts for LFAP. And, you know, we'll see where it goes from here. It's already had highs of around 26 cents as of last week. So I anticipate there will be some sort of movement coming along with this, barring any sort of catalyst that may come along. So, I mean, unless there's something catastrophic that goes on with LFAP, I'm going to continue adding when it hits these support levels, and I'm still very happy with it. You know, hey, I appreciate that, Jesse. Mentorship's worth it. Been there since December. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the kind words. INKW is another one where there's an area of opportunity. Here's the thing with INKW that I'm super frustrated about, though. You know, you guys know that I've been very bullish on INKW. I still very much am. But the thing is that they have been diluting to some extent. You know, there's 2 days in a row now of T trades, which if you're not familiar with, you know, basically dilutive market makers will hide, you know, their hand basically of how many shares they're holding and planning on, you know, selling into this particular stock. And so we've seen that now 2 days in a row. On Wednesday, it was like around 3.8 million shares that were diluted. Yesterday, another 3 million shares that were diluted. So this is a little frustrating. I'm not going to lie. It's not something that I'm crazy or happy about. But having said that, I'm looking to potentially add here at 01 if it holds this 01 support going into the end of the day. If it holds that support, we saw this before where it got down to 01. But again, this is before we saw any kind of dilution of any kind on this. This is not something that I was expecting, given their latest filings that came out. And, you know, but I don't know what's going on with INKW. We'll just have to wait and see. But I do like this support level at 01. And I'm going to continue to add if it holds that area. So let's see here. Just looking through some of the comments. Let's see here. Yeah, I tell you what it is. I'm not going to mention that name, but it is. um, Amy says it looks like it go down to 009. What do you think? Again, it just kind of depends on how people are reacting to this dilution. And look, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. That's not something that I'm happy about. But like I said, I'm going to hold and wait and see if it can hold that support at 01. If it does not, then we'll have to look to see if it establishes some other level of support. I'm not ready to add. I put a bid in. I pulled the bid just because I was like, I'm not quite sure about this. So we're gonna wait and see. If dilution, maybe it's not a whole lot or what, but somebody's dumping shares and it's not fun. I'm not having a good time with it, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's not going to be like a dump fest on this thing, but nevertheless, I still like INKW. I'm still in it. I haven't sold a dime, and I'm looking to add if it holds there at 01. So any thoughts for LTSN, Amy? I just saw that. I don't have any thoughts on LTSN. I think that LTSN has burned me in the past. It was by far my worst trade that I've ever made was LTSN, and this was late last year. I got in 002. It went all the way up to 0045. I was super happy about it, and then it just dumped. Shares came out of nowhere and went all the way down to trips. So it's something that I'm super, I don't know what's going on at LTSN. Some of the numbers that they're putting out, I saw the recent news that came out. I'm not thrilled about that. They were talking about $1 billion in sales. That is super outlandish coming from LTSN. I really don't think that there's a whole lot of truth to that. They might be exaggerating quite a bit. Just really bad history with LTSN for me personally. Maybe it'll go this time, but just from my own personal opinion and my experiences with LTSN, it's a real sore spot for me. So not something that I'm super crazy or happy about dealing with, but nevertheless, obviously do your own due diligence, manage your own risk tolerances, and you'll be just fine. But for my own personal feelings and my personal history on LTSN, not a huge fan of that one. KLY, very pumpy. I mean, they are a PR machine. I don't know if you've noticed Scooter Magooter, but it's like every day they're coming out with news. And most of the time, it's not even directly related to KALY. So they're being heavily promoted, heavily pumped. Not something that I'm usually keen on or a big fan of when trading over-the-counter stocks. So, all right. That's it for me, guys. Awesome day. Awesome participation this day or this afternoon. So if you guys are visiting for the first time, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up for BMMJ. I mean, come on. 5 red days in the last month. A lot of us got in super early on this one. Amazing trade, okay? A trade of the month, if you ask me. So great move on BMMJ, and so give that a thumbs up if you're visiting for the first time and you have no idea what the hell we're talking about, but you want to know more. Subscribe and tune in to my Stock Watch Sunday where I go live at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I would guarantee you will not regret it. We have a great community of other like-minded individuals, other traders, and if you hate penny stocks, that's okay. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. We Trade HQ is a community of traders of all types, every area in the market. No matter what you're trading, We Trade HQ is the place for you. That's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I will see you all before the bell. And B Smith is out. Have a good one, guys.